I, I just want to say that first of all, maybe you will listen my Russian accent and pronunciation, but I hope you will understand me. So let's begin. Navigation. Introduction. By navigation is understood any act or procedure that will ensure the safety of passengers and crew, vessel and cargo during a voyage from a point of departure to a destination. This safety is greatly determined by good seamanship, and since good seamanship refers to the human factor, HF, it is obvious that the influence on safety on board vessels is largely determined by acts of the seafarers on board. Therefore, the manning of a vessel must be planned very accurately, and because most vessels are manned with multilingual crews, special attention should be paid to the internationally standardized form of maritime communication, both intership and intraship. Manning. All vessels have one thing in common: they must be manned by qualified crews. On board vessels, the two main departments are the deck department and the engine room department. The radio department is often integrated in the deck department. The head of the deck department is the first mate, or chief officer. The chief engineer is the head of the engine room department. Officers are assisted by ordinary seamen and able-bodied seamen, OS and ABS. An able seaman is an experienced seafarer. He or she will often act as a man at the wheel, helmsman, or lookout. The boatswain, or bosun, is the head of the ratings, OS and ABS. Apprentice officers are officers in training. Nowadays, many vessels are manned with general-purpose officers, or multi-purpose officers, who have been trained to perform the duties of the mate, engineer, and radio operator together. Duties. Of course, the main responsibility of all the deck officers on merchant vessels is navigation. This is getting the vessel safely to her destination. There are many other duties to be performed in the deck department. The first mate is responsible for making up the stowage plan, supervision of loading and discharging of the cargo, and the general ship maintenance. The second mate is responsible for the navigational equipment. The third mate will often act as safety officer. He or she is responsible for the maintenance of all the safety equipment on board. The main duties of the engineering officers in the engine room department are the maintenance and the overhauling of the main engine and auxiliary engines. The captain, or master, is ultimately responsible for all that goes on board the vessel. Usually, he has not been integrated in the watchkeeping system on the bridge. If he thinks it necessary to appear on the bridge and interfere with the work of the officer of the watch, OOW, or if the master is called to the bridge by OOW, he must clearly indicate that he will become the conning officer by saying, "I now have the watch." To confirm this, the OOW will then answer, "You now have the watch." The tasks of the radio operator are to contact shore-based stations and other vessels in cases of distress, to transmit urgency messages, safety messages when there are imminent dangers to navigation, to listen to notice to mariners, weather reports and navigational warnings, and to maintain contact with other ships for a safe and efficient voyage. Thank you for your attention.